Whole sports all plays. Yeah. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all plays. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ASAP in the morning. It is June 22nd, a little over 24 hours away from the NBA draft. I'm joined by Freddie and Comment, Fred Word, Fredathan, Freddie, Fred Daniel, however variation of name I come up with you. How you feeling, my guy?
Man, I'm good. Glad to have you back on the show. I'm glad to be talking hoops with Con Man. Just ready to go.
Comment, how you feeling today?
I'm doing very good, gentlemen, man. Looking forward to a great show and glad having you back, Pride.
Appreciate it. So before we get into any basketball talk, Rob Gronkowski, in my opinion, the greatest tight end to ever played the game. He's hanging him up again. He's going to retire again, riding off to the sunset again. Freddie, how long till he comes back out of retirement? I give it 2 months.
Well, no, I give it a little bit longer. I give it to him probably in the middle of the season or towards the end of the, getting ready for the playoffs. I can see him coming back because they don't need Gronk for game 1, game 2, game 5. They're going to need him, towards the end of the season, to start ramping it up, getting ready, and when it comes time playoffs, because let's be honest. Him and Tom Brady already have that chemistry. And I can trust Rob to make sure that his body is ready, when it comes time for them to go on a run. So I can see them, him coming out of retirement, like there's 2 or 3 games left. That way he can get some game time, and so and I agree. Grunk is one of the best tight ends in the game. He's definitely in that top 3. I will put him number 1, just over the body of work that he's done. We've seen him in New England. We've seen him in Tampa now, what he's done. But and yes, a lot has to do with Tom Brady. But neither or less, he's still one of the best to ever do it. And it comes to blocking, catching, in the end zone, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, like I said, I believe he's the best. But if you have him top 3, I'm not gonna argue, because then you do got other names out there. Obviously you got your Shannon Sharps, your Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates of the world. So I'm not mad as long as he's top 3. I'm not gonna, I ain't gonna fight you, Freddie. Not yet, because we're gonna.
I said I got number 1.
Oh, you got number 1? Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say. Yo says, good morning. Frankie is trying to check you, Freddie. He say you don't know nothing about Gronk. You already getting checked.
Already.
Yo said,
morning.
and Yo kind of agrees with you, Freddie, except a little later. Says Gronk will come back week 10 or 11 and be like, and Tom's going to call him and be like, bro, we need you. These other guys suck. I think it all honestly, I think his return depends on Chris Godwin. With his torn ACL, I think it all really kind of, comes on him. He also says Tony Gonzalez is number 1 for me. That's fine. I'm not mad. He's a respectable guy if you want to have him at number 1. Con man, Gronk. Obviously, we're talking about a guy who is a future first ballot Hall of Famer without a shadow of a doubt. A guy who, not only can make a killing on the field, but because of his personality off the field as well. Let's say he comes back. Like, let's say he decides to come out of retirement. Is Tampa Bay basically the only team you think he'll play for, or do you think he'll kind of open his eyes and ears and listen to other offers from other teams?
That's a good question. But to answer your very first question, I think you have to rate him up either 1 or 2. Players are evaluated by their achievements and championships, and he checks all the boxes out of those right there. But I think because of his relationship with Tom Brady, if he were to come back, he would only come back and play with Tom Brady. They've had a distinguished career, longevity. He's like Tom Brady's cushion. You know what I mean? So I'm sure Tom Brady, like you guys said, I think Gronk just wants a little bit more time to heal. Doesn't want to go through the training regimen. I think that when he comes back, he'll be healthy. If he comes back, he'll be very healthy, and he'll be in there for the long run. And if, in fact, this is Brady's last year, I think he's going to want to be part of it.
Frankie says Gronk's not – real quick, Freddie. Frankie says Gronk's not coming back. He's staying retired unless someone gets hurt on the Bucs. He only plays with Tom. He said it himself. He won't play anywhere else unless Tom is Brady's play. And this is the same Ron Gronkowski who almost went to the Bills. So I understand that he would prioritize playing with Tom Brady. But if the Bills opened the checkbook for him, guess where he would have been playing right now? He would have been a Buffalo Bill. The only reason they didn't is because they just promised Von Miller 10% ownership of the team, half of the state. They gave him the keys to the city, and on weekends he gets to use City Hall as like a party spot. So that's the only reason why Gronk ain't there. So I understand where people say he only wants to play with Tom, but again, he almost left Tampa before he announced his second retirement. He almost left Tampa for Buffalo. So I don't know. I don't know. Well, if Gronk really means that anymore. Freddie, you wanted to say something?
Well, you kind of, alluded to what I was about to bring up. I believe Gronk's going to look at the standings, and if he see a team like Buffalo that is trending, that look like the hottest team in the NFL, that look like they just about to go on this crazy run, I wouldn't be surprised if he jumped on that bandwagon. If Tampa's not doing too good, they're kind of struggling, or whatever reason, if they're not, on the top of that leaderboard where they're, about to make this deep run for a Super Bowl, and he see a team like Buffalo going, I wouldn't be surprised if he jumped over there, to be honest with you.
I just saw something that just made me kind of pee my pants a little bit, but I'm not even going to say anything. And again, Frankie is coming at you. By the way, it's funny how Frankie's coming at you in the comments. It's kind of curious how he won't hop on, but it is what it is. I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
But you know what, Brad? He's just like another casual part of the network. They bring up the same old thing. It gets old eventually. Come up with something new. I mean, it's not even funny. It's not even funny no more.
Yo, Freddie's like, this is a joke to me. But Gronk, enjoy retirement if this really is it for you. And honestly, if I'm Gronk, I don't even consider coming back to football, only because he's got this big personality that you can just roll him out on TV and that's it. Just roll him out on TV. He's just Gronk. Like, you could put him anywhere. Put this man on Dancing with the Stars. That's just the energy and
he's the Dwight Howard of the NFL.
Exactly. Yes. And this is back when Dwight Howard was with Orlando, and he was, I'm Shaq. I can't hit free throws, but I can dunk the ball. Like that Dwight. Like, who after Shaq stopped being in the All-Star game kind of took over as the life of the party. That's what that reminds me. Like, he kind of gives me that vibe where, like, you could pop him and he's the life of the party and he loves it. So if I'm Gronk, I wouldn't even, in my opinion, consider coming back, because I can make just as much, if not more money, having more fun and not getting hurt.
True.
Well, we got to think about it. Him as a competitor, he loves the game of football. But Gronk has taken some big hits in his career, and he's come out lucky. And I would just hate to see something happen to him in his later stage of his 30s, and he get hit the wrong way or something. So I mean, it's a lot to consider, and just like Tom Brady said, it's about the family. I'm pretty sure Gronk has heard something from the family as well. So there's a lot to consider there. And Frankie, just to come after you, See you in the comments, sir.
Oh, hold on, Freddie. Freddie, hold that thought. He's here. You can say it to him.
Okay.
Frankie.
So like I was saying, I see
before you say it, just know.
No. I'm gonna get my last word out, sir. I'm not Jay. You're not gonna try to come over and punk me. I'm not Jay. Let's get that straight. Number two, Frankie. Oh, okay, leave.
Left. He actually left.
Hey, Frankie. I know you still listen to this. No matter what, even if you talented or what, you can still have casual takes, sir. And you and another individual has come up with that same old casual take. It's getting old. It's not even funny anymore, honestly. It's kind of sad because I can't think of anything new.
Freddie, at least throw my name out there. All right? Don't be subbing me. All right? If you talk about me, just throw my name out there, Fredward.
No, I'm not. That person who I'm talking about, know who I'm talking about. I mean, Frankie comes on here such a casual. He can't even show his face. He got to hide behind a little avatar picture. Show your face, good sir. Show your face, good sir. I love you, Frankie. I'm not Jay. I'm not no.
Hold on. It's a little scary that Freddie wants to see my face, but I got you, bro. Hold on. I got you. You want to see my face? I'm gonna come at you, Freddie. I'm gonna come at you. And I'm gonna come at you worse. I'm gonna come at. No. You already said what you had to say. You shut your mic because I'm coming at you now.
Pause.
Now here we go.
Ooh.
Here we go.
Oh, you got a face.
Here we go. I got a face that brings in the fans for you. All right. Here we go. Freddie, you are a one-hater person, bro. You get mad that us and ASAP talk casual every time about you trading your team. But you got their nerve to do what we do to Jay McLovin on a basis, like or Jay Ness, right? Am I not wrong? I think I'm right. Because when we come at you about the Rams, you wanted to turn around and be like, oh, well, Jay McLovin's a Bucks fan. Jay McLovin's a Dallas Maverick fan. Freddie, don't be a two-timing hater, bro.
Yo, I forgot you started that rumor that Jay was a Mavs fan. Shout out to Frankie for bringing out old stuff.
So are you done now?
Don't try it.
So are you done now? This is the same man that at 3 o'clock in the morning, I can be asleep. I hear a notification and he's talking about me. I mean, you can't keep my name out your mouth. I mean, I must.
You know why?
I mean, I know I'm sexy, but damn.
No, do you know why? It's not that you're sexy.
Keep my name out your mouth, brother. I mean,
Freddie,
hey,
you're far.
I'm just
Your name is far
the same
from the
old
dictionary of
casual
sexy. Far
day
from the
in,
dictionary of sexy.
day out. Frankie can't go a day without saying that casual take, just like the other individual. And I stopped talking about Jay, but who continues to bring that same old thing about Jay?
Freddie,
I can show you messages
right now.
I can
Freddie,
show
do
messages
not lie right now on live.
in my personal
it.
DM where Frankie is telling the people, telling me, hey, go say this about Jay, sending me videos of stuff that Jay said on the show. But I'm not going to go any deeper because I don't want nobody to get in their feelings. So I'm done with this conversation.
Well, that's true because you're not the only person I send the video to, sir. You think you're the only top man in ASAP that I send this video to? No, because I'm cool with everyone. I sent it to everyone, and everyone got on Jay, sir. Don't try it with me.
Did I say you was going to be the one getting sensitive? Did I say you're the one that's going to get sensitive? Okay, then. Okay, then.
Who's the one tilting their head?
I don't want a certain individual in my inbox talking about, oh, please don't be spreading them rumors around it. So,
Freddie, okay, hold on. Freddie, stop being like that. Throw my name out there. All right. I don't like the fact that you're talking about me when I'm talking about it. All right. We all know I'm the sensitive one you're talking about, Freddie. Just say my name and we'll move on.
Trust me, Frankie know who it is because he got the same text and the same person got his feelings about him. Frankie know who it is, and it ain't you, Pride.
Yeah. I think I know who you're talking about. I think Frankie, is it who I think it is?
Yeah.
I knew it. I got that same message before too. I love him though. I love him. Matter of fact, Frankie, since you're here, I'm gonna give you a moment. Please talk about the greatest tight end to ever grace God's green earth.
Yes,
Robert Gronkowski.
Robert Gronkowski, one of our best tight ends to ever play the National Football Game, is retiring. It's gonna be sad to see him go, but I'm happy to see him leave. He's leaving with 4 championships. He's leaving with the best, the GOAT, Tom Brady. Obviously, Tom Brady, tricked him and said, "I'm coming back." But I don't expect Rob Gronkowski to come back. The man's done too much for the game. He literally gets hurt every year. So I think Rob Gronkowski should just call it a career, hang up your cleats, don't ever put him back on. If you do, like I said earlier in the comments, it's probably going to be something to where a tight end on the Bucks get like seriously injured, or any player on the Bucks get seriously injured. They have that free roster spot for him. They'll bring him back. I don't think that Rob Gronkowski, like you said earlier, Rob could have went to the Buffalo Bills, but he could have, and he didn't. And that's for a reason, because he knows us Pats will shut him down. We know him better than no one. We'll shut that dude down. Sorry, Rob, but it's true. We'll shut you down. Bill Belichick knows how to do it, and we will do it. But I'm glad for Rob Gronkowski. To me, he is the number one tight end. There's no other. What other tight end have you seen in the league that could carry like 2 or 3 people on his back and still get a touchdown? Like, the man is like unstoppable. He's a beast. That don't put disrespect to Tony Gonzalez. That don't put disrespect to Antonio Gates and all of them. All of those people, they're top 5, top 10 tight ends of all time. But to me, as a Patriot fan, Rob Gronkowski is number one, and it's going to be sad to see him not on the field.
Frank, I got a question for you, sir.
I don't want to answer your question, damn it.
You said that you don't see him coming back. But if Tom Brady picks up their phone and says, "Hey, brother, I need you," you still don't think he'll answer that call?
I mean, obviously, if Tom Brady calls him, he's going to come back. He did it once. But I don't think Tom Brady's going to want to do it, honestly. Like, Tom Brady already know. He already went out of retirement and he came back. I feel like he got forced to coming back out of retirement, just to play one more season with the Bucks, because I did hear a rumor that Tom Brady tried to do something to go elsewhere from the Bucks, but he can't do it because he's on a contract. This is, I think, his last season contract with the Buccaneers. So I don't see Gronkowski doing it. I see, Tom Brady riding out this last year without Gronk, and then, Tom Brady's going to ride into the sunset, and Gronk's going to be waiting for him.
Oh, you think this Tom Brady's last year too?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, I kind of agree, because, I mean, this is just me, but there's no way a guy like Tom, who's been, in terms of the football rules, the thirstiest dude ever to want to play. Like, this dude is mad thirsty to play the game. He retires, but then comes back. Like, I think I agree with Frankie. I think he only came back because I think it's just because that last year on this contract for formality's sake. That's really what I think. I think he just came back just to wrap up the contract, and then when that contract is done, he's just moving on.
But the thing with Tom Brady that I'm stuck on is because even with that deal with Fox, is however much money, that crazy amount of money, and then it says whenever you retire. So they're not. It's not like they're okay. They're not. There's no certain time that he has to retire. I honestly think Tom Brady. I think he's lost in what he wants to do next, and I just think that he still loves the game too much just to give it up. And I think that time that he just sat at home and he was thinking, he was like, man, like this ain't it. Like I still love the grind. I still love the all-season workout. I still love working with teammates, helping building a roster. And I still want to add to my resume.
So just real quick.
He don't know nothing about Tom Brady because he don't do no off-season workouts. He's on off-season vacations, bro.
Yeah, no, but real quick.
So he don't do no working off season, Frankie.
Not as excessive.
I'm not saying he doesn't do any workouts. Like, he doesn't do what the other players do. They don't go to the training facility.
Did I say what he did? I just said the off-season workout. I didn't say he's doing this, doing that.
All right, Freddie's gonna be the big asshole today.
Hold on.
I'm not being sensitive.
Hold on.
I'm not being sensitive. No,
hold on.
You're trying to describe what Tom Brady does. You're not even a Tom Brady fan. You don't know nothing about Tom Brady. You stick to your Matthew Staffords and
Rams.
Hold on. I'm gonna let y'all get back to it. Just real quick, something to note. Rob Gronkowski's agent, Drew Rosenhaus, said that Gronk could still come out of retirement, quote, if Tom Brady calls him during the season. So if Tom, one of y'all said that, I can't remember which one.
I said it.
That was
Yeah, I
you?
saw that this
That was
morning.
Okay.
Good morning,
But yeah,
Chris.
Morning.
So
Come on, Chris.
I think what up, Chris? But I think it's if Tom calls, I don't know. Joe says Tom Brady has $200 million waiting for him for Fox. He hasn't lost. I think what Freddie means by that is he's lost in terms of, because again, to Freddie's point, Fox is saying when you retire. So it's not like they're saying, look, if you don't take this money by the end of the year, we're letting you go. It's not like that. They're like, whenever you're ready to come to us, we will welcome you with open arms. And I think Tom is, and I kind of agree with Freddie in the sense of, I think when you're not playing, that leaves a massive void in your life. And then when your job is to now commentate, that brings that itch back. Why do you think Drew Brees is taking some time away? He's trying to see if he wants to come back. Jason Witten did the same thing. Tony Romo tried to come back.
Right. True.
He tried. So I just think it's like, I think Tom sees that and he's like, I wanna finish football when I want to finish it. So I'm not one of the old guys or older guys who, when I end up working for Fox or Fox reneges and I end up working for ESPN or NBC or wherever he goes,
Or ASAP.
Or come on, Tom. Come on, Tom.
That would be amazing. Have Tom
That would be pretty good.
But like wherever he goes, he wants to be able to cover the sport and not be like, man, I wish I had a chance to go back out there. I think that's what he means by lost. He's not really lost in terms of his football career. I think lost is the wrong word. I think conflicted is the better word.
It's like, it's an example. Kobe Bryant, he always said this. I remember everybody kept saying that, oh, you should retire, you should retire, even though we knew he didn't look the same. But his thing was he's leaving on his own terms. He didn't want to leave nothing behind.
True that.
And that's where Tom is. Tom, like, you're not going to, and I think, I'm going to tell you what I think. I think whoever reported that he was retiring the first time, I think that pissed him off. Because I believe that they say, okay, you're trying to force me out. You're going to tell me when it's time. Nope, I go out in my own terms. And that's when he came back, I believe, with an Instagram post or a Twitter post, something like that. I mean, hey, when you just think about it, you guys, you've been doing something for your whole life, playing football from little league to high school to college to the pros at the level that he played for. That itch don't go away. And him, and Pride brought up a great point. You coming into Fox, you're about to start breaking down the game, going over the game, and all that good stuff. And he's like this. If I put myself in that position, I would have done this. And it just never goes away. And the itch really never leaves. Because you can even hear when Shannon Sharp talk on Undisputed at times, where he's like, he put himself in that situation, or he'd be like, if this was me, or I wish this. You can even hear it from him.
And even the same thing, even though it's not to the same degree of intensity as Shannon Sharp, JJ Redick. There are times where you kind of peep him doing it, and Kendrick Perkins too, even though.
Stephen A. Smith be trying to push JJ Redick to go back on the court. He's like, I think you retired too early, bro.
And it's just because he doesn't want him there because he's getting Gonzo.
He definitely don't like CJ.
Yo, CJ, if JJ Redick is pushing Stephen A. around, CJ for no reason whatsoever punched him in his mouth, slammed him on his neck, spit on him, walked away. Then came back to curb stomp him.
Ooh.
Like, CJ was uber disrespectful. I remember, Twitter was blowing up at how they were like, yo, Stephen A. getting jumped on his own show. And I'm watching it, and it was about Russ. And this is where I disagree with him, because it was about Darvin Ham, his introduction thing, and Russ was there. And then Stephen A. was so pressed, he flipped his opinion. After he got the, he was
because he said that he didn't like the fact that Russ was there. Yeah,
he was like, he shouldn't have been there. All this stuff, and then they're like, look, even though that, he doesn't want to be there anymore and the Lakers are trying to shop him, sure, he's still on the team. So you can't tell him, unless the team tells him don't show up, he's gonna show up. And he was like, oh yeah, that's not what I meant. And Twitter was hilarious. If anyone ever watches any of that stuff live, go to Twitter, bro. Within seconds, bro, they'd be on fire.
Stephen A. Stephen A. the next day going to the producers, get them off the show. Come on, I'm ready.
But back to Tom Brady, I think that Tom Brady might play 1 year with the Bucks, finish his contract, not retire to go be an analyst. Because I agree with you guys, he's gonna itch, he's gonna stand at that booth, and he's gonna itch real hard to get back on the field. Do you guys think that he's gonna try and do what he always been wanting to do after leaving the Patriots and try to go to the 49ers? Because that's been his dream since he was a kid, was to play a quarterback for the 49ers.
Chris, you think? Let me actually swing that. Chris, you think that's a possibility that he goes and signs, like a 1 year or something like that?
It could be, but I don't think it's a big chance of that, because I think if he was going to go to San Francisco, he'd have went there before he went to Tampa Bay.
He tried.
Well, yeah, he did try. But I think this will probably be his last year. I think what happened was he got mad that Schefter and Rappaport and them all leaked out he was going to retire, and he didn't get to announce it on his own terms. I think that was part of it. Plus, he was sitting at the house and got bored. I think having that contract with the TV guy, with Fox, will help him, because that gives him an outlet to still be a part of the game, where he didn't have that the first few months of retirement last time. So I think that'll help him. But with what you guys are saying, you see a lot of the great players do this. Look at Brett Favre. Look how many times he came back out of retirement to play because he couldn't get rid of that itch. Don't get me wrong, Favre's not the same level as Brady, but still a guy that won Super Bowls and kept coming back out of retirement because
Super Bowl.
But he kept coming back out of retirement because he still had that itch to play. I'm hoping Brady don't do that, keep retiring and coming back. But I think this will probably be Brady's last year. Plus, I think Arians stepping down and Bowles taking over that coaching job had something to do with him coming back as well. I think he wanted to come back and help Bowles have some success.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he always did like Bowles when Bowles was the head coach of the Jets and Tom Brady was the quarterback with the Patriots. He did say that he liked Bowles as a coach.
I think it comes down to how the team does and if he's healthy. I think, because a lot of players, what happens is that they either wait too long, but if you're still healthy, you still have that itch, that fever that Tom Brady has, he probably is going to continue. I think it's going to be based on how the team does this year, and again, how his health is. That's what I think.
I got a question for the panel. So, and this is the kind of changing the subject. We know Brady got to deal with Fox. We've seen Drew Brees, even though he stepped down. We've seen these players like J.J. Redick, C.J., Draymond starting getting the media. But I don't know if you guys tuned into Draymond Green's podcast.
No.
And they're calling it the new media. Basically, players come up there creating their own podcasts, putting out their own voice, because they're pretty much tired of guys like Stephen A. Smith coming on their line, putting all this stuff out there, and they're not able to respond back.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, you guys should tune in. I don't know if you guys have. It's very interesting. Stephen A. Smith was on a podcast of J.J. Redick's, and he was talking about the Skip Bayless and all that.
Yes.
Skip Bayless actually responded.
Yes.
And just basically called Stephen A. Smith this liar. That's not how it happened.
Yeah.
You should definitely go tune in. It's kind of interesting to kind of tell you about a person as well. But what do you guys think of that concept of, like Draymond Green said, the new media?
I agree. I like it, honestly, because it also shows what what's his guy's name? Freaking God from the Timberwolves, Patrick Beverly. It kind of shows what Pat did when he came on First Take and NBA in the morning time and stuff like that. They were saying all these lies on the medias, but Patrick Beverly's like, no, see, this is where you guys got it wrong. You guys are not there. You guys are not in the locker room and stuff like that. So I actually like it. I enjoy it because we're actually getting knowledge and getting told by the actual people that are in the locker room on the court, and they're telling us what's actually happening, what's actually going on. So I kind of like it.
And I kind of agree with Frankie on that because, you know, news reporters or sports reporters, they may get a story, but it might not be the real one. You know what I mean? It might be fake news. Whereas you get these players, I mean, they're coming from a different angle. You get more of an insight exactly what's going on, what they're going through, and get an opportunity for them to speak on their side, on their part, and maybe counteract whatever's being said about them. And as we know, that wasn't the case. So I think it's a different concept.
Chris?
Yeah, I think it's a good thing, like everybody else has said, because we get to hear what's happening from the players and not from somebody in the outside party that can spin it the way they want it to be spun or the way they want their network, the way their network wants them to spin it. So I think it's a good thing that we're starting to see more players get involved in the media and starting to see even more players have their own podcasts where they can get out their own narrative. Because a lot of times the media will create a narrative about a player that's not even true, but the public, once you hear or see it online, the public will run with it, and then it's hard for them to reverse that narrative. So hopefully this way it can stop some of that.
For me, it doesn't matter. And the reason why for me it doesn't matter is because you guys are saying the media spins, you know, a certain narrative. The players are doing the same exact thing. I mean, this is the first time in my life I've ever heard anyone say, "Oh yeah, the players are so honest." When we kill them in their interviews, when they have an opportunity to be honest, then they choose to be vague. So in my opinion, I don't think it matters because I just think the players do, frankly, the same exact thing. Like when you're listening to their podcast, you're not listening to them to be like, "Oh yeah, what size underwear does Steph wear, Draymond? Indulge me." Like, no, you're not listening. A lot of times it's just Draymond babbling like a senile guy. That's it. He just babbles, makes zero sense whatsoever, and then in the end, he always ends it like this. And I've been saying that. That's how he ends it every single time. I swear to, if I am lying, God strike me dead. I cannot listen to Draymond. I cannot, because I swear to God, he'll be on and like someone will ask him some arbitrary question, a question that's very generic. Hey Draymond, what's the best part about playing with Steph? You know, growing up, I had big teeth. And it's like, yo, shut up. Shut up.
Oh, man.
Like, we're not talking about that, bro. We're talking about Steph. Oh, Steph? Yeah, my next door neighbor name was Stephanie. She had a dog who had a spot. And we used to call him Spot. And it's like, like for me, it's like in terms of like the narrative, it doesn't really matter because they push a narrative. The only thing I kind of like about it is for certain guys where we kind of see them kind of pull back a little bit. Like CJ McCollum, this dude, he'll go in front of like normal post-game conferences, and he'll talk normal, be like, "Yeah, man, you know, we sucked. It sucks, but you know, we'll do better." Yeah. And then all of a sudden you put him on First Take, you put him on the podcast with KD, and all of a sudden, yo, everyone in the league a bitch. And it's like, wait, where'd that bass come from? Where that bass come from? So like in that aspect, I like it. Because yeah, sure, we're able to see the players kind of, you know, basically be more emboldened to speak their side. But I'm just saying, I don't think we should always be like, oh yeah, now because they're doing the same thing the media is doing. Because now it's to the point that like a lot of these players aren't really talking about the game. They're now just trying to push their agenda to counteract the media. So they're not out there just trying to be like, hey, look, this is my side, whatever. It's always like if you listen to Draymond, bro, like they'll be talking about anthills, and all of a sudden, Stephen A said this, and this is why you can't listen to him. By the way, I drink 2% milk. And it's like, I swear to God, I'm convinced Draymond's podcast is a sponsor. It's just like a long sponsorship ad, but he forgets to plug the name of the product. He'll describe it, but I'm convinced he forgets to plug the name. Like I swear, like I'm convinced, like he's like he's sponsored by Gillette, like the razor. He go, man, I feel good when I'm shaved, bro. That's why. And I've been telling you that from the beginning.
I don't think Pride is over. I don't think Pride is over the NBA Finals.
No, that's not even that. It's like I've been saying that about him since like before. Like his show, it's tough. The only good ones is when it's with Steph, but I don't even think that's his podcast. I think that's something completely different. I think it was like one long episode he did with Steph. And like it's crazy because like when Draymond's doing his stuff, you see Steph's face like even Steph be lost sometimes. He'll just nod his head and be like, yeah. And then the part that kills me is after Draymond finishes, he goes, yeah, but anyway, so back to the question. Yeah, I like playing against this guy or that guy. And it's just like it's the funniest, but no, it's not because Draymond's a warrior. It's just his podcast is. I'm convinced like he just goes on there, But I mean, for me, it's like if they want to, all I'm saying is just because the players have their own thing, they're pushing a narrative too. They're not just going out there and just saying, "Oh yeah, let me speak my piece." They're pushing a narrative too. So like, I'm not gonna go and say, yeah, GG's to the players, because again, if you're out there basically going, oh yeah, the media, like again, like Draymond talks about Stephen A all the time. Kevin Durant, he talks about Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he brought up, no lie, I think he brought up what's Shorty's name that was getting piped by Jimmy Butler in the finals. Rachel Nichols. I'm pretty sure he brought her up a few times. And Shorty done disappeared off the face of the planet. I don't know what she does.
I have no idea.
I don't know what she does. In my eyes, for all I know, she could have retired. I don't know. But he'll bring her up.
Well, she still be posting pictures with players and stuff. Like she was at one of the games of the finals. She just haven't got picked up like that, so she kind of being normal.
Yeah. So okay, I see what you're saying. But yeah, look, that's all I'm saying. Like, and I see where you're coming from, Freddie. Like, it kind of does give some players the opportunity to speak their piece. But like, if it's like every episode you're bringing up specific names in the media, now you're basically becoming like that. Where like you're too narrative heavy.
I'm gonna tell you what, two players I wish had a podcast. Kyrie Irving, Russell Westbrook. I would love for them to have a podcast to let them speak their truth.
Not Kyrie.
They've had this year.
Not Kyrie.
Could you
imagine some of the things that Kyrie would say?
Honestly, he wouldn't say.
Would you imagine the people? Would you imagine the people that comment on Russell Westbrook? Like they would just talk so much trash.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
But here's the thing: if they want to say that, Russ will at least make it entertaining.
Yeah.
And he'll yell and hoop and holler and scream, and at least it'll be entertaining. With Kyrie, he'll use words that make no sense, none at all. Like he'll be sitting there and be like, "Welcome to the Kyrie Irving podcast," because we know that's what he's gonna call it, the Kyrie Irving podcast. It's not even gonna be like insane handle or something like that. It's like, "Welcome to the Kyrie Irving podcast."
That's how you're gonna talk.
First thing we're gonna be talking about, guys, today. Freedom. See, freedom has two E's in it, and if you pontificate the reason of the two E's, it's that if you take one, there's still another E there. So therefore, freedom is still spelled, still pronounced the same. We will not lose our battle, and on the court, nobody can beat me because I am a top 10. I am a perennial top tier legotistical. That's what he'll do. This man will say legotistical within 3 minutes of the show. Swear to God. You'll spend more time looking at a dictionary and realize Kyrie Irving said this word in the wrong way than actually listening to what he's got to say. Every episode is 5 minutes or less, and it always ends with, "Okay, everyone, leave me alone." Swear to God. Kyrie Irving's podcast is going to be every conversation I've had with my bully in elementary school. Every single one, and it will end the same way. Leave me alone, and me stomping away thinking I look cool. I don't want Kyrie ever to have a podcast. Now, Russ, that'd be interesting. Especially if we would make it interactive. Hey, yo, Russ, why you suck? Here we go. It's gonna be.
Hey Russ, where did your nickname Westbrook come from?
Bro.
Hey yo, Russ, how that championship ring feel?
Oh.
Yeah.
Bro, nah, you want to get like, hey, yo, bro. Katie left, got 2 rings. What about you? Frank, you got any comments on that one, brother? Because that's your favorite player in the world.
Yo, KD don't got no rings, damn it.
I'll give him one.
He don't got no ring. He don't got no rings. The hell is that?
I'll be nice and give him 1. I'm feeling nice today.
Everybody
He wasn't
want
the
to be
best
salty. Everybody want to be salty about the 2020 Lakers championship and how we won in the bubble. The hell with KD and his 2 rings.
Hello.
He
Freddie,
had to
what'd
go
you
to
say?
the super team.
Hold on, Freddie, what'd you say?
He wasn't the bus driver according to Charles Barkley.
He wasn't. I don't. In my opinion, I don't think that's wrong. But I will say this: when he was in Golden State, and this is why, in my opinion, Steph will never be better than Kevin Durant, because in their prime, they played together, and it was universally regarded Kevin Durant was the better player. It was universally regarded both these guys in their prime was on the same team, and Kevin Durant was always looked at as better.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't Steph a Sonic?
Steph,
You can be better. He was better, but I still
was Steph a
believe.
Seattle Sonic?
No, he's gonna go to State Warriors entire career. That was KD. That was a
Oh yeah,
Seattle-
okay.
that was a supersonic.
I thought I
For his
saw a
rookie
picture.
year.
I thought I saw a picture.
Yeah,
But,
that was
what
KD
I'm
first
saying
rookie.
is, you
Go ahead,
guys,
Freddie.
we agree Kevin Durant is the better player. I
Yes.
mean, whoever thinks Steph Curry is better is crazy.
Steph
We're
Curry's
talking
better.
about let's not forget who Kevin Durant is. He's a 7-footer with a
Right.
handle who can shoot anywhere. Okay, let's just
No,
be
you're
honest.
right.
Bum.
You're right, but
But-
where he loses it, in my opinion, is just the fact that they already won prior to him.
No, I
So
I
that's
agree.
where-
I agree.
And
What
what
I'm
Now,
saying
now
is-
again, let me just clarify. I'm just talking about in terms of him being the bus driver.
No, I agree. I believe Steph in that system was the bus driver, not
Yes.
Kevin Durant.
I
That's
would
what
just say
I'm
the system. I would just say the system was the bus driver. In all honesty,
saying.
I
I'm
just think-
okay with that.
that's just me. I think
I had no
think it
problem
was-
with Charles Barkley said.
Neither do I. I don't, because this was one of the few times where Charles Barkley said it, but I don't think he was trying to be mean. I think this is one of the few times, because usually when Charles Barkley criticizes a guy, he's trying to be disrespectful, right?
You know what gets me
I-
pissed about? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead, Frankie. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say what pisses me off about KD is because the other day I said this yesterday. The other day he posted up saying how the Warriors and stuff didn't need him to beat Boston, but they needed him to be LeBron and stuff.
Yeah, I saw that.
Listen, KD.
I don't know
They
if that's
beat-
true, though.
They beat LeBron before you got to Golden State.
Whoa,
You lost.
No.
They did. You lost to You lost to LeBron when you were in the finals with Russ and James Harden. Don't go out there and say that. Don't go out there and say that because Steph Curry and the Warriors did beat LeBron.
And listen, I was saying this yesterday to Rob. He has a point. KD has a point. I'm going to defend Kevin Durant in this aspect because if they were so confident in themselves, they wouldn't have flown to this man and begged him to join them. For all the crap we give KD, we need to start looking at Golden State that way too. Because KD didn't call them to come recruit him. KD did not hit them up. KD was planning to re-sign with the Thunder. The only reason he didn't was because them dudes from Golden State flew down there. Flew. On their own dime. Flew. They flew down there. And begged this man, join us. We need you bad. I'm just saying, for consistency's sake, let's say if KD truly did say that. Granted, I'm not the biggest KD fan in the world, but But we're gonna have to look at him and go, you know what? He kind of has a little bit of a point. Because again, if they didn't need him, they're not flying down there and begging him to go. That's just me. What's up, Mike?
Hey, man.
Ooh,
There's the man.
ooh, sexy face. Look at that beard. Ooh,
Stop. Get me off the big screen, man. We're not. No.
beautiful. Look at that side fade, bro. That shit, yo.
Oh, man.
So Freddie about to be like, yo, Frankie, meet me in the office after the show, man.
No, but look, this is all I'm saying. This is all I'm saying. And by the way, they went to Massachusetts. There were KD Warriors rumors a year before.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, okay. Rumors doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Spitting.
There's been LeBron rumors on him going to the Brooklyn Nets. That didn't happen. There was rumor of him being a Chicago Bull. That didn't happen. There were rumors that Zach LaVine was never going to leave Minnesota. Lulz, here we are. There were
Thank you.
So they didn't. They met KD, and let's pretend that they met him a year prior. Let's pretend, right? That is 2 times they flew to go meet this man.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do that.
At some point, whether it was once, twice, doesn't matter. It was still 3 times too many that they flew out to go recruit this man. So if we're gonna kill KD, that's fine. I'm okay with killing him some. But we're gonna need to go at Golden State too.
For what?
For going and begging Kevin Durant to go join them.
Oh, yeah. I really didn't know what we were talking about. So I was...
No, it's just that. Because we kill Kevin Durant. But I think it's time that we also start killing Golden State just a little bit. We got to give them some of that slack too. Because everyone's mad at KD for answering that call.
I mean,
if Steph doesn't pick up that phone and beg him, there's no answer. There's no call to be answered.
I just don't kill him because I don't kill KD either. Like, I do what you got to do. Like, that shit was awesome. That shit was fun. It was dope. And anybody that says it wasn't is just lying. Like, it was good basketball.
Honestly, bro, it really wasn't. I mean, basketball was not like this.
It was
finals.
Thank you.
It was not like, come on, bro. Like, I'd rather seen this finals, last year finals. I mean, come on, we was tired. Everybody was tired of 3 to 4 years. We all knew who was winning. It wasn't even fair for the game of basketball. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, yes. I mean, they played a pass first offense. Yes, they played a team friendly offense, but still, we knew who was winning. I mean, we came in the beginning of the season like, well, Golden State Warriors winning again. And what happened? Pretty much that happened. I mean, it came to the point where it just got old, and the ratings showed for it too as well.
It was great basketball. If you watch those games,
yes, it was great basketball. I'm not
Mike's just saying that because he's a Klay Thompson guy.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm just talking about as a fan.
Yeah, I'm gonna say right now, if Golden State doesn't win it, Mike is like, oh, it was horrible. KD ruined it. That's all it is. It's the inner Golden State fan in him.
Klay got a ring way before that man, and he got a ring way after that man. We don't need him.
Thank you. I said that.
See?
Klay
Thompson does not need Kevin Durant by our side.
Negative. And this is what and Frankie, you and I both agree on this. Mike, you're one of the people who killed Freddie for switching teams. And now you're claiming we for Golden State.
I never
Frankie, there's something in that Chicago water. It's something in that Chicago water.
Yeah, you know what it is?
Because Rob and Mike, there's something in that water.
You know what it is, bro? It's called lead. They got a lot of it in the water out there.
All right, real quick though.
Rob, today's Mike.
Before we head back into basketball, there's one thing I wanted to talk about. Because I'm curious how the NFL is going to react. Deshaun Watson.
Oh, Lord.
The man, the myth, the legend himself, settled 20 of the 24 lawsuits.
I think it was 22.
It went up to 22?
Yeah, I think he's only got 2 left.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, do me a favor. Look it up for me.
Something like that.
It's basically either 2 or 4. It's basically single digits. And Mike, let me start with you. Because I'm curious what's going to happen.
20 or 24.
So 20 or 24?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
My bad.
So there's no, you're good. You're good. So there's 4 left, right? Mike,
Yes, sir.
is this gonna make the NFL kind of go easy on him and show him a little mercy, or do you think that they're still gonna come down with the hammer?
Well, what they're going to do, I can't tell you, bro, because they're a joke. Like point blank, period. Like my boy Josh Gordon missed 2 years off of smoking some dope, so I have no idea what they're gonna do at this point because they've been knocking it down ever since they kind of whiffed on the Ray Lewis stuff. But that's a whole different conversation. But for me, and knowing a lot of sketchy people in the city, you know, just because you settle your case, to me, it doesn't show that you didn't do it. It's not him saying, oh yeah, I was freed, I was proven innocent. You just settled a case with money. So I feel like whether he did it or he didn't, that conversation still stands that you were never proven innocent. So I feel like there will have to be some level of punishment. I personally, I think 8 games is enough. Like I don't see why you miss a full season unless you're actually unless you did jail time. This man was never in a cell. This man was never convicted of anything. They didn't do his little fingerprints. They didn't do none of that stuff. But I definitely think, you know, if it's over a year, that's out of pocket. But we'll see what happens.
Can I ask a question? I really want to be educated. Like I really, and I might be wrong. So when these females come out and say it's not about the money, why would
Say
they
that.
settle?
Say that.
You know what?
When they come out and say that it's not about the money, we just want to tell the truth about him, what he's doing. But when a settlement come up, why would they agree for a settlement? Like, why would they just say, you know what, damn the settlement, and we're gonna keep pushing. We want justice.
I'm assuming that's the 4 because I know if we're being completely real, Pride and I were diving deep in it too. There were only a good handful of them that actually wanted the truth. The rest of them wanted a settlement or wanted something to do with that money. So I don't know if it's the 4. This is the 4 that just wanted that truth. I can't speak on that because I don't know who's who. But for some of them, obviously, money talks. And at the end of the day, you got that light bill to pay, and you got to watch the Warriors win another title. So cable costs money.
Oh my God!
That was for Frankie, Pride. I'm sorry, that was for Frankie. But
No, it's fine. Just, you know, caught in the crossfire. I get it.
caught in the crossfire. It's not your fault. But it was a beautiful season. But it's definitely one of those things. You know, I dealt with it in Chicago too with Derrick Rose for a little bit. Patrick Kane had the same situation, and both of those turned out to be bullshit. Like what I did there. You see what I did there? But it's something. It's crazy, man. It's the world revolves around money, and people are willing to break their careers over it. But in this case, for it to be as many women as it was, there's some validity to it, and that's the reality of the situation. Is that you're not trying to prove your innocence. You're straight up just trying to settle these arguments, and it's like that's where, to me, it's just mad weird, bro.
If I could speak on the legal concept, the legalities, there's that one woman who was one of the original accusers. Her name was Ashley Solis, and she's not budging at all. And we can go with whether it was 45, 25, or 1. If that one comes out to be substantial, that's going to make an impact. Right. Also, the fact is the Texans are the ones who allegedly employ the services of all these people for the hotel for him to go to. So what responsibility do the Texans bear as well? And
the Texans are probably already going to pay it off. They're probably going to pay it off real quick and easy, so that way they can like eliminate themselves. They're not going to handle it like Deshaun. No, they're going to be like, let's pay it off, shut up, move on, and they're going to take care of it while Deshaun Watson is still in the middle of the whole thing.
And also the NFL, what they did that the Cleveland Browns didn't do, they interviewed, I think it was 20 other women to finally get their story. Cleveland Browns never interviewed any women at all. And the final thing I got to say is, according to what I'm reading right now, today's development has no impact on the collectively bargained disciplinary process. Now, what does that mean?
I don't know.
When it comes to the
NFL, Mike's over there eating a chocolate taco.
When it comes to the NFL, this is where I agree with Mike. At this point, I'm like, I don't know what the NFL's going to do. You know, they go way hard on way less, and they go
Yeah.
Less than when they need to be hard. We seen what happened with the Big Ben situation.
Yep.
And then one thing we got to put on account: what if Deshaun come out and say, "Well, we was already out last year"? Does that?
That was his choice, though.
Right. I agree. I mean, so I honestly I don't know what Roger Goodell does. Honestly, it's kind of he handles things differently. He don't handle things when he needs. He's not an Adam Silver. I believe if this was Adam Silver, he would do. There's a reason why you don't really see a lot of these cases in the NBA, in my opinion, because they kind of lay down, the law, and they kind of, the way they handle things. So, I mean, I really don't know. It's just interesting to me that, these females come out to say it's not about the money, but they accept a settlement. That part right there just kind of, it raised a question mark, a red flag. And like I said, I'll say it again. I've said this from the beginning of this case, and I'll say it now. If he's guilty, he deserved to do the time as a criminal, dealing with the law. He should be banned from the NFL, all that. But if he's innocent, these females that are accusing him,
they should go to jail.
They deserve to be punished because
yes, exactly.
They tarnished this man's name.
Yeah.
They messed with his money.
It'll never be the same ever.
Right. Well, now, because when we think of Deshaun Watson, we don't think of him as that top 3, top 5 in NFL quarterback anymore. We instantly think about the case. We instantly think about this. So this man's name is tarnished.
How do you think about Ray Lewis?
Same thing.
How do you think about Ray Lewis?
Frankie, I'm gonna say this in the most polite way possible. And if we ever have Ray Lewis on this show, I'll skip that segment because I apologize. Every time I'm 9 years old, bro, and Pride is probably the same way. When I saw Ray Lewis, I go, "Oh, that dude's a murderer on the field." We would say stuff like that every day. Every Sunday we saw Ray Lewis. Oh, there goes the murderer. That's what everybody says because he is. And what about it?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But y'all don't look at Ray Lewis like that. Y'all look at Ray Lewis as a beast at what he did on the field. How he's
I look at him as a beast.
I look at him. You want to know how I look at him? As a killer on and off the field.
Well, at the end of the day,
I look at him.
Frankie, we're going to still, if Deshaun go back out there and play, we still going to, if he goes out there and play great, we're still going to analyze him, say, oh, this dude's a great player. But that never leaves, bro. Like
I know, I'm not saying it's not gonna leave. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is
what do we talk about with Michael? What do people bring up with Michael Vick? They always bring up the dogs. Like that stuff just never leaves. Like that stays. Like when we talk about Big Ben, every time they come with a rape case, bro, Big Ben's name always finds its way in the conversation.
100%. But Freddie, for me, like something that bothers me the most. And you spoke volumes to it, and Joe could speak better on it than I can, but it bothers me when it's like you said, if you're innocent, bro, I'm with you, and I'll never bring it up ever again. But then prove your innocence. Don't settle 20 of them. Try to prove that you're innocent. If you're truly innocent, and I get Pride and I spoke about it, it takes a lot of time to do that. And his NFL career could be over by the time you prove all 22 of these women innocent. Right. But, bro, if that's your name, bro, if that's me, I'm proving it.
But the thing is, Deshaun Watson is in this awkward situation where he's damned if he does and damned if he don't.
100%.
Now, obviously, I'm saying this under the assumption and the guise that he's innocent, right? If he doesn't pay them off, it's still 20 women and no one's going to believe him. Even though now we don't know which one of them, but we know before it was even brought to the grand jury, a lot of these women wanted money.
Right.
Prior. Nobody wants to talk about that.
Right.
Nobody wants to bring that up. Because again, that makes them look dumb.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons he settled was because he felt like if everybody
if I settle it all goes away.
It's going to be easier for him to get back to playing football.
Yeah,
to me, him settling don't make him look any more guilty than than anything before.
Right, but I'm
To be
just saying,
honest.
like, it doesn't help your case when it comes to you getting slandered the rest of your career. You know what I
You're
mean?
gonna get slandered the rest of your career just because the allegations was brought up to you.
There's always going to be people who believe you're guilty,
100%.
even if he,
Exactly.
even if
Like
he
for
is
instance,
proven it.
like for instance, with Michael Vick, like people call him like an animal abuser. The full story is he wasn't even doing it. It was just at his house. He wasn't involved in it. It was just his house that it was all happening in.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
then,
Pride.
again, that doesn't matter. They're just gonna come at him and say that he just abuses animals. So
Pride, I just want to speak on this real quick. There's something the con man said. Thank you guys for having me on real quick. I'm just going to dip in here real quick. Thank you, Freddie. Roger Goodell in the last collective bargaining agreement, remember Article 46, this comes down to the Tom Brady suspension. This comes down to everything. Article 46 is collectively bargained with the NFL Players Association, which gives the commissioner all power to suspend and punish people detriment to the league. What this comes down to, the reason comment when you cited that was said, these decisions have no bearing on this. That's what they're referring to. The fact that the women settled has nothing to do with the NFL. The NFL doesn't care if they're settled or not. They have to look at the number of allegations. They have to look at his behavior before, during, and since the allegations.
Yes.
That's what they're looking at. And Goodell, because remember, we have a domestic abuse policy in the NFL now due to the Ray Rice situation. A minimum of 6 games is what it's supposed to be. But Roger Goodell has the power to suspend, to fine, to do whatever he wants, dock draft picks from any organization and person due to Article 46. So whatever happens, whether you agree, disagree, whatever is going on, remember, Article 46 is all that matters in this instance.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, guys. Great show. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Everybody's quiet now.
I don't have nothing to say.
I just didn't know that was mind blowing information. I thought that was just common sense because Joe has said that in the group chat like how many times?
Oh, I don't know. It's my
Like
first
57.
time.
No exaggeration.
I'll
I
flip
don't-
over sleep.
Like
But at
he
the end
said
of the
that.
day,
So
it's
kinda weird how some people like I don't know.
at the end of the day, this is a weird situation, and a lot of people have mixed thoughts on this case. And just to put yourself as a Cleveland Brown, as a teammate of him, you going through practices and everything, you looking at him. You probably won't say it publicly, but in your mind, you said, "Damn, I'm playing with this guy that did this." I mean,
Baker.
So it's just, it's just a tough situation. And then the court and I believe that's the reason why Baker Mayfield have not been.
But I'm just saying there were
traded or
some
cut or
people, Joe, in
injured.
the group chat that that's why we're
So because I believe the Browns, saying, you know what, we might still have to rely on Baker because we don't know.
You're not
what's
relying
gonna
on Baker.
be in
You're not relying on Baker. You're not
Well,
relying on
if Deshaun gets suspended
that's that and
for
gone.
8 to 9 games, who's going to step in and keep them afloat till he gets back?
Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett. Listen, you think? Hold on, time out. Hold on.
It's not happening.
Hold on.
Here we go. Pride versus Freddy.
No.
There we go.
I'm just saying. Like, think about this. If Cleveland really believes that Baker's gonna step up, that would insinuate that he's a great leader, right? Isn't that the biggest knock they had on him, and one of the main reasons they went and got Deshaun? So if the Cleveland Browns
But
genuinely
it
believe
will be in
somebody
Baker's
as
best interest to go out there and play. To
Baker's
prove
not
himself.
playing.
no,
Baker's not playing.
no,
You know why?
You
You
want to
know
know what
why?
Baker's
Because
best
he's
interest?
not. He's out there playing for the next team. He's
not
looking
playing.
for a
No,
next
he's not.
team. He's
No,
got to
he's
go out and prove to them. Say, hey,
No,
I
he
can
doesn't.
be a leader.
Looking
Hey,
like-
I can play this
Hey,
game.
Freddie, how many games did Deshaun play and still got traded for how many first round picks?
And there
But
was like
guess
what 4 teams that
Nobody
were
ever-
that was in the
but-
sweepstakes.
But Mike,
With
nobody
24
ever-
women attached to him,
Mike,
still got traded.
Still
Mike,
got
nobody
$230 million
ever
contract.
questioned Deshaun's
50,
game.
whatever it was.
Nobody questioned his game. Nobody questions leadership. It's all off
They
the
question
court,
his
off the
integrity, which
field
is probably the worst thing you can question in a guy.
They questioned his leadership. Everyone forgets. Here's the problem about Deshaun. Everyone thinks he's been suspended already, or this is why he hasn't been playing. Dude said before these allegations even came out, "I'm not
He
playing
wasn't
this
playing
year."
for Yo, we forgot
He
the
didn't want to
beginning.
play for the Houston Texans.
So,
That's
so how are you
leadership.
a leader, dog?
What the fuck?
Mike,
So you're
That's
a leader.
leadership.
so, Mike, so let me ask you a
Freddie,
question.
if I
brother.
said this, hey, fuck y'all, I ain't coming on again until y'all trade me, and then I'm a great leader. I just
Mike.
left everybody out in the way. If Pride, the host of this show, decides to leave for 8 months because he wants a trade, and we don't have a host of this show, but Pride's a leader at his next job.
I
Well,
see what
Mike.
Freddie's coming from. I see where Freddie's coming from because Deshaun Watson did get tight because when they got rid of DeAndre
They got rid of Hopkins.
Deshaun Watson even said like he was pissed off. He's like, I might not even play for the team anymore. That was like
Aaron
We're
Rodgers
seeing
has been
this
pissed
all
off
over
for 10
sports
years.
right now, brothers. We're seeing guys sit down to force them out. I mean, come on, y'all.
But that doesn't make
Hold
you a
on,
good
time out.
leader.
Hold on.
Nah,
There's a
leader.
difference between those situations and this one. The difference is both teams wanted to reconcile. Both parties wanted to fix the relationship. Baker Mayfield, for as long as this man could walk, the biggest knock on him has been his bravado, his cockiness,
He's a
and his
douchebag.
immaturity. This is the same dude in college who grabbed his nuts and told everyone to suck his you-know-what. And he did it with a straight face. And then instead of apologizing, doubled, tripled, and quadrupled down on what he did. This is the
But what
same
I'm
dude. Hold
saying
on.
is,
This is
Rod,
the same dude who literally said, if you don't like me, I don't care. This is the same kid who 2 years ago said, I want to be here. But the instant Cleveland doesn't want me, the bridge is burned. This is a kid that tells you everything he's ever said involving himself. There's a common theme. Fool me once, shame on you, because there won't be a twice. I promise you
But
that.
Rod,
That's the
at
common
the end of
theme
the
with
day,
him.
if you want to
That's
play
the same.
football, Baker, it is your best interest to
it's
show
not.
your next team, say, hey,
not.
I can play the game of football. Hey, I can be a leader. Because guess what? Right now, there's not teams knocking on the door for Baker.
There are. What are you?
Who?
Are you
Seems interesting.
Carolina's the number one
Panthers,
team.
Steelers. They're listen.
We've been
what
hearing
you're
about
doing-
the Panthers for how long now?
And
If
hold
they
on,
really
see,
wanted that man, if
Oh,
they
whoa,
really
whoa, whoa.
wanted
I'm
Baker
so glad you're doing this
Mayfield,
because Freddie, you're Freddie.
No longer will they
Rod,
make
Rod,
Your lack of
Rod.
knowledge is showing. Your lack
They-
of knowledge is showing.
they want
Why,
him, but the
why
Browns are
isn't
not
Baker
giving him.
Mayfield traded? Why isn't Baker Mayfield traded? It's not because the other teams aren't offering anything. It's not because they're ignoring him.
They're
It's
hanging
because
him.
the Cleveland Browns themselves are rejecting all trade offers until they find out what happens with Deshaun. Once the league comes out and say Deshaun Watson is not suspended, within 2 days he's gone. Within 2 days, because teams have been throwing themselves booty naked, nasty for Baker Mayfield. And the Cleveland Browns have shut it down because they don't know what's happening.
What have the
with
trade
Deshaun.
offers been, Rod?
A couple picks and players.
Seahawks.
The
Even
first
the
one,
Seahawks, even the Seahawks.
yeah,
made
even the
a made a
Seahawks have
pick.
been in there. The Seahawks were gonna give them a couple. They were gonna keep Drew Lock, a couple picks, and then they were gonna throw in not Noah Fant, which it was like another receiver. They had some receiver who was solid, but
Tyler
would kind of fit with the Brown. Like
No, they would not give away with Tyler Lockett.
no,
way.
it's not Tyler DK. It's not Tyler DK. No, it's not Tyler DK. But it was them. What's it called? Prior to the draft, Pittsburgh wanted Baker, and they were going to
Have
trade
any
their
of
pick
those
straight
trade
up.
offers been higher than a third? Have been lower than a third rounder? A third.
You said
pick?
what?
Have any
I
of
wouldn't
them
have-
draft picks been lower than a third round pick?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the
What do you
Steelers
mean
were gonna
lower?
give-
Hold on. What do you mean
I'm
by
pretty sure
lower?
there's.
Was it a first
I'm
round
pretty
pick? Was it a
So you mean
second round
higher
pick?
than a third round pick? You mean higher than a third
No,
round
no,
pick?
no, no. I said lower.
So lower would be a fourth and a fifth and a sixth.
Yeah.
Lower is 3, 2nd, and 1.
Yeah, it's
So you're
opposite
talking.
day. I see
What
what you're
picks
saying.
you
I
want?
see what
Was
you're
it
saying.
one, two, or three?
So you're talking. So has he been offered a 1, 2, or 3? Yes.
The Steelers are
The
going to
Steelers
give
are
away
going
their
to give up
first
their first
round.
round pick for him.
Yeah.
Well, Browns are stupid if that's the case.
But the Browns don't know what's
Deshaun
happening with
Watson.
Deshaun. And yeah,
I don't care. I would wait.
they're
If you
dumb.
offer me a first round pick with Baker Mayfield, I'll take it.
I understand that, but they don't know. Well, I'm trying to tell you, there is a market for Baker Mayfield. There are
Hell, I
teams
do.
that
You
want
know,
that.
hell, matter of fact, I'll take the first round pick. I'll call Mike Hughes, and I'll tell Mike Hughes
Yo,
to
hold
come play
up.
quarterback.
Hold
for me.
Mike, if you want to get back on, you know what to do. You got to take it off. You back.
I'm sorry. It's
back.
fresh,
I'm
bro.
petty.
It's
I'm petty.
fresh.
I don't care. It's gonna be fresh in the trash. I don't care.
Did
So-
Mike switch baseball teams too?
No,
Yeah,
I
he
just needed a new hat.
He a op.
Wow.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah. Frankie left it. You left it. Ni empieza. Frankie, ni empieza. Ni empieza.
New
I'll
York
throw
had
you
it.
Pride,
so fast.
if it makes you pride, can I be honest? Total
No.
quick. It'll be quick.
No.
No,
I'm
it'll be
scared
quick.
of your
It'll be
honesty.
quick. It's not a shot at
Honesty
the.
scares
It's
me.
not a shot at the Red Sox. I promise. I was
Hold
gonna
on,
get.
hold on. If it's a compliment to the Yankees, it's still a shot to
It's
the Red
not.
Sox.
It's not. It's not. It's not. I was gonna, Frankie, and I'm sorry. I was originally gonna get a Red Sox one, but in my neighborhood, I can't really wear that.
I understand.
I see
I'm
what you're
glad that
saying.
you live,
I can't.
and I'm
I
glad
see
you
what
live in
you're
that
Like
neighborhood.
with,
You know
I won't show the front, but just straight black and white. It'll pass. It'll pass.
I feel you.
Can't wear that other one.
Listen, you got a Yankee hat because of Anthony Rizzo. I understand.
That too.
I understand. You're like your baseball life is kind of like your basketball life. You like the Cubs, but you also like the Yankees. I understand. I totally
like
understand.
I
You like them.
Rizzo.
You like them.
Nah, we don't. If you're a Yankees lover,
You
if you're a
say
Yankees
he
lover,
says
you
that
can
now.
chime in.
Probably he says that now. But if the Yankees win the World Series this year, he's gonna be like, "Yo, we won the World Series, bro."
He Rob. He's Rob. He's Rob 2.0.
Never that. Never
He's
that.
Rob 2.0.
Never
You just said we about Golden State earlier in the show.
It was we as Klay Thompson Nation.
See, he tried to switch. I'm sick of this, bro. I'm sick of this. We got some NBA talk, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Get ready. This summer, the Arena League Sports is on ASAP Network. Tune in live on either the Tiki Live or Roku app, as well as your smart home TV.
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. Sport all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all plays. Network. Whole sports all plays. Network. We on top of our game. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays.
And we are back. The NBA draft is around the corner.
Where'd Freddie go? I
Um,
hate when he does it.
Oh, he just left. He abandoned ship.
Every commercial.
But Jay McLovin, shout out to Jay McLovin, who's on vacation. He had a very interesting question. Gonzo, you there, my guy?
No, we're not doing that. No, next topic.
Gonzo, you there?
Pride.
Yeah, I'm here.
Pride that I would do
Okay.
that. I promise you I would do that. We're not doing it.
Please
Next-
don't
next
interrupt
topic.
King Gonzo, sir.
So, Chris, let me ask you something. Orlando has the number one pick.
Oh yeah.
Who do you think is going to be? Who would be the better fit for Orlando, Banchero or Jabari Smith? Frankie, you're on, brother.
I think Banchero, because Banchero is I think he's more NBA ready. But I also think Jabari Smith is going to be real good as well. But I think Jabari Smith is going to be the pick that's going to be the number one pick. But I think Banchero is the better pick just because he's more NBA ready to help the Magic right now.
Mike, you agree?
No. I think
Woo!
Pablo.
You said what?
I think his name's Pablo
Pablo.
Banchero.
Banchero. Oh, is that what Chris said?
Yeah, he said Banchero.
Chris, I'm so sorry, bro. I was trying to learn this kid's name while you were talking, and I was like, "Oh man, how do I say this?" But yeah, I agree. I think Pablo's the guy. I think he's the move. I think the problem is, you have a Mo Bamba situation where you have your center, but you don't know if you want to keep your center. You have all the guards in the world that nobody wants, but you drafted them so highly that you can't get rid of them, or you're gonna get fired as a GM. And the only person on this entire team that I would say is safe right now is Franz Wagner. I think that kid's a dog. I think he's going to be.
What about Wendell Carter? You don't think he's safe?
Anyway,
He laughed.
anyways.
You got it. You got it.
Hey, you know when you go to Orlando for inflated stats and only average one more point? That's funny. But crazy. but it comes down to it. Oh, and one more rebound, crazy. But it's something with Pablo that I feel like that's a great tandem with Franz that you have right there. Cole Anthony, I think, is a joke. I think, he needs to figure out his game very quickly. And I was gonna keep that to myself. Con man, I'm sorry. I know you're a New York guy. But when I saw that Tim's shit in the dunk contest, I was just like, yeah, it's time. It's time to start shitting on this kid. And I've just been full throttle ever since. I'm tired of him. I don't think he's good. I don't think he's good. Like
he said, yo, he dunked into his one time. Yeah, full throttle.
Yeah, full throttle. Like, I'm sick of this, bro. It was an awful dunk. It was awful execution. He spent more time tying his shoes than he did dunking the basketball. That was the worst part about it. And he didn't even tie him right. And my big thing right now is you also have to look at Markelle Fultz, which I feel like he's rejuvenated his career there. But again, inflated stats in Orlando mean everything. So I think there's so many holes. There's nowhere to even really start. But Pablo is a great start. That's just me.
Okay. Frankie.
Yo.
Banchero or Smith? Who fits better over in Orlando?
Frankie, I'll twist it up too. Who fits better? And then the reality question, what's Orlando going to do anyways, whether it fits or not?
That is true.
That's good. Yeah.
That is true. Con man, I got the mic right now. You hold your tongue, sir. No, it is true though. I think, obviously Paulo's the better choice for Orlando, but I don't want him to go there because, like Mike says, it don't matter who ends up in Orlando. That's just a team that just carries names. They don't do nothing else. So I don't want Paulo to go there and then ruin his career. We said this yesterday, and I'm pissed off that Jay McLovin wants us to talk about this, sir. I understand you're on vacation, but pay attention to us on ASAP in the morning. We talked about this yesterday. Damn it, we all agree that Paulo should go number 2 at OKC. And that's the better fit for him there. But I don't want him to go to Orlando, but he would be the better fit if that was to happen.
Comment?
The king of New York.
I don't know why Mike said I'm a New York guy. I'm just an NBA guy. I don't know why he said New York. But anyway, I'm going with Jabari Smith. I'm looking at Orlando's roster right now. They got Obama, Bobo, Wendell Carter, Robin Lopez, Franz Wagner. I think that I've been watching highlights. I haven't really got a chance to really see too much of them. I watched Banchero, of course, with Duke, and Jabari Smith. I've been watching them. I think Jabari Smith's more versatile. I think right now, as Chris said, that Banchero is more pro-ready right now. But I think, a lot of guys don't develop until the second, third, or fourth year. I think Jabari Smith, also he has in college, we can only go by college, but he has a great 3-point shooting percentage, 42%, which I think is going to be very effective in the NBA. He's also an 80% foul shooter, so I think that's going to be effective when he be able to penetrate and develop some offensive moves inside the paint and penetrating. I think, in my honest opinion, Jabari Smith is a better perimeter shooter. And I think also, which we didn't speak about, Jabari Smith is a better defensive player. So again, going to Mike Hughes, wherever he go, it don't matter who Orlando gets because they're going to be in the lottery every damn year. So it doesn't really matter. But if you're asking me who's going to be the better impact for Orlando, I'm going to go with Jabari Smith. I think he has more versatility, and I think he's going to be more effective.
And I'm glad that comment threw out all the stats on there because those are amazing stats for college for Jabari Smith. And if he gets drafted by the Orlando Magic, we're just going to go Jabari who? Like, because if you go to Orlando, he's not going to put up those stats. He's really not. I don't think he is. And his name is just going to be tarnished early in his career with Orlando. Sorry, Jabari.
Well, and even if he puts up them stats, it's not going to lead to winning. So
exactly,
it's not going. Like you're saying, we're not going to really talk about it as much.
I think they'll start winning some games, though. I do think at some point, like keeping the bias out of it, when you do have Mo Bamba, when you do have, potentially Jabari, and then you have Franz Wagner and Markelle Fultz and company, I do think at some point they're going to start being that middle of the pack team that just misses the lottery. They're not going to win enough games to make a play-in, but they're not going to make enough games to be in the lottery. And I think that's really where we're looking at it right now with them is they just aren't putting a good team together. They're putting, like Frankie said, and it was a great point, good names. But is it a team that can actually play together? I think is yet to be seen because Cole Anthony wasn't like that in college. And that's just a reality. Markelle Fultz couldn't play with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid and company. Like he just couldn't. And it really, and don't even get me started on Wendell, but it's definitely a conversation to where can these guys all play together? And I don't know if they can.
And
Bro, Robin Lopez was a beast with the Bucks with his brother.
Oh, he was a beast with the Bulls, the Bucks, Washington.
And then he goes to the Magics, and we're not even talking about him anymore.
Yeah, like Robin Lopez, he was honestly a shock to me at the trade deadline that they didn't trade him. I felt like people would have. I felt like I wanted the Bulls to get him over. Who's the guy who cheated on Khloe Kardashian? Tristan Thompson. And then,
by the way, I saw a commercial of Khloe Kardashian.
She's a snake.
I don't blame Tristan Thompson. I don't blame him. I said what I said and I meant it. I don't blame him.
He ain't the only guy in Chicago, so I ain't gonna hate
bro.
Hey, but know something I think though? If y'all don't mind,
wild.
Who?
I would love to be in that Kardashian family.
I know. Now, Orlando, they do not have any max players. Am I correct?
I don't believe so.
Here's what I think could be a potential opportunity for them. If, in fact, how much are they willing to go over the salary cap?
Right.
If they do that, like Golden State, $348 million. We went on that. So, So anyway, damn, he's messing me up. So anyway, what I was saying is that how much the team's willing to go over the salary cap. Because the situation is, like, I agree with Mike. They're going to improve eventually, but it depends what they want to win now. They're going to, be patient and wait for 3-4 years before the potential comes to reality. So it depends what they want to do.
Right. And Pride, not to get it back to our last topic, but I'm watching Undisputed right now, and Skip and Shannon just broke that Deshaun might reportedly get suspended for an entire year. So,
oh wow,
we'll see what happens with that. But to Conman's point, I do think, there's this conversation of what happens with Bradley Beal and guys like Bradley Beal. I think if you can overpay someone, a superstar, just to come to Orlando and work with these young guys, I feel like that's that conversation. You'd have Bradley Beal, Franz Wagner, Pablo or Jabari, and then you have Mo Bamba and company. I feel like that would be a decent team. That's like a play-in type team. I'm gonna be real. I do not know the coach of the Orlando Magic, so I can't speak on that. But I think they need to find out their coaching decisions because I don't think he's good enough to help you win games. I don't think that roster is good enough to help you win games. But I think if you could bring in a Bradley Beal type player, or honestly, at the point where if you could even bring in Kyrie, I don't even care. Like, bring in somebody that's gonna make that impact to show people are going back to Orlando. People haven't wanted to go to Orlando since Shaq left. And I was in my dad's nuts the last time Shaq played for Orlando. So I don't. It's been a long time. It's been a very long time. So I think they definitely do need that. And Pride and I have spoken about it, about the Bulls. You have to overpay a superstar to come in order for others to follow. And if you don't do that, you're just going to be in the lottery every year.
You got to do it.
And Bradley Beal won't go to the Magic. You want to know why? Because if Bradley Beal goes to the Magic, he's just going to be another John Wall with the Rockets.
Oh, 100%. But
I wouldn't go as far as John Wall because I think he'll play. But I think
John Wall ain't playing.
I think I'm talking about Bradley Beal. I'm talking about Bradley Beal.
Okay.
But
Bradley will play.
Where it's meant to, where that's a stupid idea of Bradley Beal even entertaining going to Orlando. You're upset because the Wizards aren't doing you any favors, and you then want to go to Orlando, who
I meant Bradley
brain
Beal,
dead.
Not Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You threw his name out there. You threw his name out there.
Yeah, you threw his name out there. Own it. Forgot it.
Who else am I supposed to say? I'm not supposed to say Zach LaVine.
Don't throw his name out there. Don't agree with him, and then all of a sudden be like, "Oh, I didn't mean him." Like, no, you said his name specifically. Like, there's no that would be probably the dumbest. If he does that, I honestly don't want to hear nothing about Bradley Beal ever again. I don't want to hear nothing about it.
And you probably won't.
No lie. Excuse my language, but I fucking love Bradley Beal, and I hope the Lakers can pull something off. give the Wizards somebody, a couple of somebodies to get Bradley Beal.
That wasn't me. That
It
was
was
not
me.
me this time.
It
This
was
time it
me.
was not me.
It was me. It was me. There's 3 guys making 40 mil each. Let it die, Frankie. Welcome to the rebuild.
Nah. Woo. Well, I'll say this right now. If they can't make a move this year to
Coming from someone who has half the Lakers on his roster. Shut up.
who?
The Bulls. Shut
Oh.
up.
But wait, Pride, you know what we're doing? Winning. Y'all just traded.
See, he a Golden State fan. He's a Golden State. I told you.
Now the
got
Bulls
him.
won games.
Exactly. Y'all
Listen,
lost.
bro. Here's what you did. Check this out. Brandon Ingram made the play-in. Lonzo Ball, Alex Caruso made the first round. Everybody else that you traded away, they made the playoffs. Not
Bozo.
Who's Bozo?
Kyle Kuzma.
Oh yeah, well
Yeah, stay in your lane. And by the way, I love how you say this about how many in the last 3 years, how many rings does Brandon Ingram have? How many rings does he have?
You leave that man alone.
Okay, so I don't want to hear
And who's
Josh
there to
Hart,
blame? Who's
Lonzo
there to
Ball,
blame? Who's there to blame?
themselves for not being able to hack it in
Oh,
LA.
I thought we were gonna blame fat ass who can't stay on the court more than 5 minutes.
Who?
Zion.
Who?
Zion.
Okay, I'm glad you said that because as the number 1 player, what Brandon Ingram do? First
I
round
thought
exit.
Zion was the number 1 player.
First round exit.
I
No.
thought Zion
He
was the
couldn't
next-
play. He couldn't play. He couldn't play.
Why not?
And you got it.
Why
because
not?
the team wouldn't let him. Tell the full story. The team wouldn't let him. Tell the full story.
But where was he all season?
I'm going to tell you what I tell everyone. If you want to run story time, I have no problem.
Where was he all
Just
season?
tell the full story.
Where was he?
Don't just bring up the part where the hero's down and on the verge of death. Bring up the fact that he had to smack some fools in a bar 3 towns away. He had to travel up the hill far away to a land in another galaxy. Tell the full story. They held him out.
Too many chicken nuggets.
I'm glad you said that. And you ready to hear the funny part? Without those chicken nuggets, guess what? Zion and the Bulls were in the same place at the same time in the same round. So
Cry about it.
How much do you think Zion will improve the Pelicans this year?
Bro, he's already beast. He's already beast.
I'll be honest with you. I honestly believe wholeheartedly that this Pelicans team, can be out of the play-in.
I think
you said they're going to the finals.
I think they could go to the finals. Pride and I spoke about it.
I'm talking about this upcoming year.
Yeah, I'm talking about it too. I'm so for real. I mean it too. And Pride.
But Zion ate too many chicken nuggets. Zion's fat. Zion's fat.
I always say it off camera, but I'll say it on camera. I think if Zion could be who he is supposed to be, everybody forgets, as many fat jokes as I make about the guy, 27 points per game in his second year averaging, and he played the majority of that season. So I feel like you look at it, that's your superstar. That's better than John Morant right now. That's better than everybody else. The only reason you don't talk about it is because he had too many chicken nuggets, and that's okay. But if you can, and we saw a picture of him yesterday. Now it's just a picture. I don't know. We getting back on the Khloe Kardashian, a lot of things can be photoshopped these days to make you look better than you are. But back to the topic, Zion looks good right now. I haven't seen Pride. I don't know if you could speak on it. I haven't seen video of it to prove to me that that's how he actually looks. But I'm gonna base those photos off to be what they are. And assume they're correct, and he looks good. And you got to look at CJ. If CJ is
CJ is nice.
You got to look at Brandon Ingram, who's a dog. And if Brandon Ingram can be a third option, then you have a problem because Brandon Ingram can sink that hoe. And then you got to think about it like this, Frankie. This is a reality question. By the trade deadline next year, my boy Dame Dollar might be fed up. Might want to go play with some CJ and Zion, and you got a whole big monster you got to worry about.
Only problem is you're gonna have to gut your bench.
I would gut the bench.
Hold on, you talking about Dame Dollar with CJ again? How many times they got eliminated in the playoffs together?
How many times was it just them?
Hold on. Yeah, I was about to say.
I don't care.
I was about to say, Frankie.
I don't care.
You can't say that because honestly, if this trade were to happen, they would have been in a better position than they ever were at their peak in Portland.
You can get and Pride, let me know where I'm capping. If you can get Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Zion, and Valanciunas, I don't care who's on the bench.
Ooh, I like
If,
that.
bro,
if they can stay healthy, I don't care.
I like
If
that.
CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard get on a team together again, I put money on it. Brandon Ingram would never touch the ball.
He probably won't, but he doesn't need to touch the ball. I don't think you're watching Brandon Ingram's game.
Bro, he's a former Laker. I've watched Brandon Ingram's game.
No.
We traded him away. I don't need to watch it no
Check
more.
this out. You watched him for a year, called him dog shit, threw him away, and now he's looking like a Kevin Durant and G Herbo mixed together, and everybody fears him.
I love it.
All right, hold on. Time out. For one, know your shit. He wasn't on the Lakers for just a year. All right, I watched him for at least 3.
2 years. Get it
2,
straight.
okay.
A year and a half. It was a year and a half because we traded.
Hey, gentlemen, great show. I
It
get
was
a
a year
bounce,
and a
man.
half.
Have a great show.
Straight
guys.
up.
All right, comment.
It was more than just it was a year and a half. All right, get
I
that
think it
straight.
was like what 2.5 years.
I think it was a
Don't
couple
matter.
years, but
Don't
it
matter.
still wasn't his game yet, though. It was still him trying to find that lane, and people don't talk about his natural position is the same position as LeBron James, so that became a problem immediately. So it's like,
And here's my thing. Before that whole LeBron James thing, we got to remember he was not good.
no, not at all.
Let's just be honest. I'm not gonna call him a bum.
Lonzo was a bum, though.
Lonzo.
Straight up.
Lonzo
Ingram
was
really-
dog shit.
Ingram really
Lonzo-
started coming to his own the second half of last season.
But it could be
You saw the biggest improvement in him the second half of last season after McCollum got traded.
honestly, I think he could go back. I honestly think the biggest leap we saw in his game
the bubble.
was when he got traded.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that season, the bubble season.
Oh yeah. That first year with New Orleans, because they kind of give him the urgency. Like I think him and Lonzo, the best thing that ever happened in their careers was getting traded from LA.
Yeah.
Because I think that kind of sparked something in their minds where Lonzo was like, all right, I gotta get my shit together.
Mm.
And he ended up doing that. And same thing with Brandon Ingram. When Brandon Ingram came into the league, he was being compared to Kevin Durant because he was tall, lanky, at the 3, and he could score from anywhere. He wasn't doing that in LA. He couldn't do it. He couldn't. He was just like, oh, I don't know, basketball. I don't know what to do. Like, bro, you've been doing this your whole life. All of a sudden, you forgot now. He then gets traded, and all of a sudden, say, so Frankie, this is a different Brandon Ingram that you're seeing in New Orleans.
You gotta watch this kid's highlights, bro. Like this
Bro,
kid,
I've
it's
watched him this
different.
year.
he's putting
watched him this year,
people in coffee,
and I-
bro.
I've watched him this year, and I've gave him his props on games that he's won and shit like that. I've given him his props. You
I
know,
know,
like I
but-
said, he's a former Laker.
But what I'm saying though is for you to say, oh yeah, the whole thing with Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum again. The problem was never them.
Right.
The problem is who they had around them. They would drop 30, CJ would drop 28, and then your next highest scorer was like 8
Nurkic
points.
with 9.
Yes, if Nurkic was even available.
Right.
And when he did play, he usually fouled out.
Exactly. So for me, I think if you put CJ with Dame, you put them like Mike says, they're starting 5. Dame, CJ, at the
Brandon
3 you
Zion.
put Ingram, Zion at the 4, Valanciunas at the 5.
And people snooze on Valanciunas, bro. Like he's still a hooper for real. The only reason the Memphis even traded him was because Steven Adams was better with the pick and roll, but that
Right.
didn't look too good in the playoffs. So yeah.
No, because for some reason they got for the pick and roll, and then they were like, oh wait, let's play small.
Yeah,
I thought it was the dumbest thing in the world.
I was like, okay, whatever. You know how much I love Steven Adams' pride. I'm not biased. I know he's
I
not
love
like
him.
that, but he's better
I
than what
love
they
him.
made him.
I love him. Oh, 100%. 100%.
I was like, what is this? This isn't Steven?
I'll tell you this right now. Bring him over to Boston. He'll all-star.
Dude, they put Steven in the corner.
Yeah.
Why you
What
put
has he
Steven
ever
in-
known to shoot? What?
Who put Baby in the corner?
Yeah, I was about to say
I've
that.
always wanted to say that.
But that's just me, bro. Like, like think about this, bro. In 3 seasons with LA, he averaged 13.9 points. So let's be nice and round it up to 14, right? He averaged 14 points in his 3 seasons.
What's he
with
averaging
LA.
now, Pride?
In 3 seasons with the Pelicans,
Mm-hmm.
23 and a half.
Stop it, Frankie. Stop it.
23 and a half. He's shooting the ball more efficiently from the field and from 3.
Woo!
And from 3.
Talk to him.
Okay.
That's
His
G
effective
Herbo.
field goal percentage is up. His free throw percentage is up It literally, he went from 66% to 85%.
Yes, sir.
His rebounds went up. His assists went up, and he's not even a playmaker.
And Ingram was playing lights out in the playoffs this year.
So I'm just saying, man. I think if you get CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard with a Zion who sneezes 20 points because he's bored, with an Ingram when the offense is going slow and you need to give guys a break, can basically go on a tear by himself, with Jonas Valanciunas, who's a solid big man who knows his role. That's one hell of a starting five right there. That's one hell of a starting five right there. Now the problem is going to be the bench, but that's one hell of a starting five right there.
Right.
That's a starting five that could consistently average double. Each player could average double digits consistently for an entire year.
And I think, and it's a little too late to be having these conversations, I feel like, because I don't think Dame's going to go anywhere in this very offseason. It's definitely possible because I have no idea what Portland's ever going to do. But it's a conversation to where if they can bring in a few more bench players now so that they're setting themselves up to where, okay, these guys aren't going to get minutes at the first half, but once we trade the bench, they're going to come in, or just flip them, sign these guys and trade them later on for Dame or whatever it may be. The problem for me is if you're trading for Dame, I have a pretty good feeling they're not going to want any of those bench guys. Like, they're going to want something legit. They're going to want a Brandon Ingram. They're going to want a Zion. They're going to want that. And I don't know exactly if I'd even be willing to give that for Dame at this point in his career when Zion's – I think me and Zion are the same age. I think he's 22. But I might be wrong. But it's something to where, Brandon's 25, 26. Like, dude, keep Dame if that's the case. Like, I think this team can make noise regardless, like Western Conference Finals, if they're all healthy. I think they could.
I don't know about finals.
Western Conference.
Western Conference, I think that's a possibility. And Frankie's just butthurt. He's just butthurt because he's like, damn, why couldn't Brandon Ingram do this for LA?
He could have. You just didn't give him more than 5 minutes.
It's not that I'm butthurt. I really don't give a shit.
Butthurt.
I'm not butthurt because didn't we win a championship without Ingram? And have Ingram won a championship yet? Have Ingram won a championship yet?
Right. You're
All
right.
So I'm not
You're
butthurt.
right.
So
you are butthurt because of how your season is now.
You know what I'm going to start doing? I'm going to put it in the ASAP. Is it in the banners or the brand? You know when you could play commercials, Pride? Every time one of them brings up the 2020 championship, I'm just going to have the Disney intro play every single time.
Oh, this is coming from someone who's celebrating a championship this year.
I'm not celebrating. I'm not Rob Scott. I didn't come on with a Golden State hat.
Don't matter.
Chris, I know you gotta go, bro. So you take care. We'll see you later.
Don't mute me again. Don't mute me again. Don't you do that. The next time you come on unscripted, watch.
That's crazy. Why was I still muted?
Because both of y'all needed a timeout so I could say goodbye to Chris because Chris said he had to go.
Bye, Gonzo.
See you guys.
Bye, Chris. Now back to Pride. Don't mute me again.
Okay, then don't talk out of turn again. The Charlotte Hornets are trying to are putting up either the 13th or their 15th pick to trade up in the draft or to get Miles Turner. Malcolm Brogdon is also being shopped around. So here's the question I have for you guys. Malcolm Brogdon, Miles Turner, who goes first?
Oh, for what? A first?
Well, for Miles Turner, it's a first rounder. Why? Because the Hornets supposedly are thinking about the 13th or the 15th pick.
I heard that they were, and this is not to get off topic, but I heard they're packaging both picks and Gordon Hayward for a superstar.
Nobody wants Gordon Hayward's contract.
Exactly, but that's where the 2 picks come in.
Right, so that's kind of why they're now, because a lot of people believe where this is coming from. To your point, that was the original deal, but since nobody wants Gordon Hayward's contract, they're like, well, we already advertised the picks, 13 to 15, so we're willing to hear it out.
I think neither, and being completely real, I think those picks are somewhat valuable. I think you can sniff into the top 10 for like probably the 10th pick. I'd rather do the 10th pick than the 13th and the 15th. I think I'd rather just trade up in the draft than
so
trade.
You would rather trade both those picks to get into the top 10.
If I can get in, especially if I can get in the top 5. Like if I can get into the top 5, if I could trade those 2 picks and a future first and get into the top 5, I'd rather do that than Miles Turner. I think we got to start being real. And this isn't to shit on Miles Turner. This isn't to shit on Malcolm Brogdon. We got to be real about what a first round pick is worth in the NBA. This isn't the NFL where there's 7 rounds and you can find good picks 1 through 5. And then the last 2 rounds are pretty much crap unless you're the New England Patriots in 2000. But it's this case where we're just starting to throw around this he's worth a first round pick kind of conversation. And I think, and probably this isn't towards you, but this is just towards the league saying, oh yeah, Miles Turner is worth that. Why? Is he a superstar on his own team? Is he the best player on his own team? No. It's Tyrese Halliburton without a question.
Oh no.
Like it's not, there's no superstar.
Bradley Beal has made it clear to his agent that the Boston Celtics are his top priority during this free agency.
Yeah. Championship rebound again? No.
I don't know. I don't even think that might be his priority, but that doesn't mean he's Boston's priority. Like they have Jaylen Brown. I don't think they need Bradley Beal. They really don't. I think that's the reality.
I'm so scared because I think I'm scared that Boston's gonna do it. They're gonna move Jaylen Brown to the 3, and they're gonna put piece of shit Bradley Beal at the 2.
Put Jason Tatum where? Jason Tatum's gonna stay at the 4.
At the 4.
Marcus Smart at the 1. Who are you gonna put at the 5?
Either Rob or Al.
Nah, Al won't stay. I think Al would have to be a part of that deal. Al makes pretty good money, doesn't he?
I think
Al's a free agent.
Oh, then Al's gone. If you, I'm saying
Bradley Beal's a free agent.
No, I'm saying, well, it would probably be a sign and trade though.
He opted out of his contract. It was a player option.
It was a player.
It was a player option, so he opted out.
That's tough.
So he can go wherever he feels like.
Yeah, 100%. But I think, regardless, I think Al's probably gone just because the money that Bradley Beal is gonna want. I don't really see him taking that much of a pay cut, and I don't see Al Horford taking that much of a pay cut, especially after what he just did. I would try to go get one last bag, to be honest.
I hate my life.
I hate your life too.
I'm enjoying your life.
Get over 500 and maybe we'll talk.
I don't care what you say. You lost the championship and shaved your head.
Hey, if you can talk in this chat, raise your hand. Put it down.
Frankie,
I'm gonna keep my shit
Frankie, I chose to go bold.
That's your choice. Like I said yesterday, you should have pissed off the fans. I would have been like, fuck yeah, I ain't doing that shit.
Nah.
I would have been like, fuck yeah, I ain't doing it. I'm trying to get braids. Now I'm gonna wait another whole year to grow my hair out to get braids again.
Nah, 6 months.
Probably. I give it that because your hair is quick. Your hair is quickly. Your shit already looks like a skin fade.
Yep. So I'm gonna give it like 6 months.
Hell yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back and better. I'm gonna do it too. I'm gonna get my shit braided. And my catchphrase is gonna be "fuck Frankie."
I'm gonna wait. Yeah, facts. Go ahead. I'm gonna wait until I turn 30. I'm just gonna shave my shit bald. So I'm gonna turn into Rob Scott.
As a Bulls fan, I'm happy if I get. Look, man.
Yeah, I bet you are.
I don't want him.
You're not even a Bulls fan, Damien. Shut the hell up.
Damn.
You leave Damien alone. Damien's good
the
people.
City of Chicago. No, he's not. The city of Chicago do not accept him as a Bulls fan, a Bears fan, or either Cubs or White Sox fan. It don't matter. They don't accept him.
Did the Lakers accept the kid from New York?
They did actually back in 1998. They accepted me when you were still swimming in the sack.
That's unfortunate. No one could tell you to stop. No one was there to tell you to stop.
Exactly. Because I'm my own man.
Frankie, quick question. When were you born?
Frankie, is your wife not home and that's why you can say that?
Yeah.
Frankie, when were you born?
1991.
So 91. So 98, you would have been what?
I was
7 years old. 8 years old.
Yeah.
So you were 8 years old, and that's when you became a Lakers fan.
Yeah,
so did you start watching basketball? So that's when you started watching basketball.
I started watching basketball when I was about 5 to 6 with my grandfather. When he my grandfather. I'm gonna be real with you. I've said this in a story many times. My grandfather is a diehard Chicago Bulls fan himself. He liked Michael Jordan back in the day because Michael Jordan was his dude.
See,
I did not. I was not a Bulls fan. Stop that.
that's
shit.
a
I was
lie.
sitting on the
That's a
couch.
lie. We got him.
I
We
was
got
not a Bulls
him.
fan.
We got him. We got.
I'm
See,
not a Bulls fan.
Mike,
Bring him in.
Mike,
Bring him in. Bring him in.
Mike.
Not
You
a
let them
Bulls
talk
fan.
long enough, and they'll expose themselves.
Hey, the
You know what's
SWAT team
funny?
flies
No,
through the
you know what's
window.
funny?
We got him, boys.
Pride trying to do that. I'm not a Bulls fan. For a kid to just sit there and not even understand basketball, I sit there and watch it with my grandfather. And when I actually studied watching it by myself to learn the game of basketball,
Stutter.
Pride, really? Really? Thank you. So when I started watching the game of basketball by myself, Pride thinks he could get. I know Pride very well. Like me and Pride been going through this shit for like months now on Unscripted, on ASAP. Back of camera on paper on WWE and AEW pay-per-views. Y'all don't even know what we be doing.
Hey,
there.
yo, don't catch your boy listen to Wild Thing. Don't catch your boy listen to Wild Thing.
Nah, but watching basketball myself, I freaking enjoyed watching the Lakers. I enjoyed watching Kobe Bryant and Shaq and what they did in the league, and that's what just made me become a Laker fan, was what they did. Yeah, Mike, yeah.
Nope, I'm not saying it. I almost said it, but I can't because.
Why can't you say it anymore, Pride?
Well, the guy who actually, I'm gonna start saying it. You wanna know why? Orange Cassidy, in his intro, he says it, so I might start saying it. Nah, because the guy I got it from, him and I, I am not in agreement because it's a wrestling thing. But he went from a cool guy to a supermodel agent, so I'm not.
I'm one step under that.
Yeah,
I'm on my way.
Yeah, I'm 6 feet under that. So
I can't wait to just start being a douchebag who only eats non-dairy pizza.
By the way, just letting you guys know, the NFL commissioner, Roger Goodell, he's testifying on the league's handling of complaints against the Washington Commanders football organization for its alleged toxic workplace environment before the House Oversight and Reform Committee. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody want to talk about Deshaun Watson. We're not.
Yeah, I was like, and Pride, this isn't a shot at Watson, but it's like, hey, dude, there's a guy who potentially sexually assaulted 60 women, but the Commanders, they're rude.
It's
Roger.
Well, it's
Roger.
It
is deeper than that. You put Sean Taylor's memorial next to a fucking porta potty, but that's a whole different conversation. They're disrespectful, and the whole place should burn. And if you're a Washington Commanders fan, please unsubscribe.
No, AP, stay AP. No, AP's cool. AP's cool. Last topic I want to ask y'all.
Yo, Mike got really upset for me. Look at his face. He's like literally upset.
Yo, let me tell you, bro. You can say whatever you want in this world. You disrespected Sean Taylor on Sean Taylor Day, and you let little Jackson Mahomes stance on that shit and let it slide? No, never again. Never again.
What a bum. But there's some stuff. I don't know why I said there's some stuff. Last thing I want to ask y'all, real quick, because we got 10 minutes before we wrap it up. So John Wall opted into his contract. We were talking about this yesterday, Mike. I said he would be a moron and I would lock him up myself if the guy did not opt into that contract. He did. But even though he opted in, there is still some doubt in terms of when he'll play.
He won't.
The Rockets have made him available to play. Or I'm sorry, available at the draft, but not a single soul wanted him. Not a single soul wanted to touch him. So here's the question, Mike. Is this going to be yet another year that John Wall does not play basketball?
I think so. And I think the only person you could blame and criticize is the general manager and the head coach of the Houston Rockets. I've had this conversation with my boys in my fantasy basketball group chat. Like, somebody wants to sit here and tell me that, oh, well, be a man, and if you really cared about basketball, then you would just play anyways. Not at all. Here's the conversation, and here's what you need to realize as a general manager or as a head coach, which for whatever reason went straight over the heads of these guys. You've had James Harden, you've had Chris Paul, you've had Russell Westbrook, so it's not like you're not used to having, certain special, we'll call them special individuals throughout your teams who have a lot of emotions and feelings and all that other shit. But it comes down to it. John Wall is a gangster.
Let's break it down for what it is. Derrick Rose is from the hood, but Derrick's a super chill guy. Derrick's to himself. He minds his business. John Wall embodies the hood. John Wall is the hood. John Wall's making $47 million a year, and you're gonna tell him to come off the bench? Nah, that's not how. Nah, when he's still producing at that. If you're a coach or a manager and you're going to look at me straight in the face and say, yo, we're going to trade for this guy making $47 million a year. Here's the kicker. He's coming off the bench. Why? Why'd you even trade for him in the first place? And you know who he is as a person. He's not fucking coming off the bench. It's not happening, bro. That's John Wall. John Wall embodies first-person shooters. Like, that's who he is. John Wall and Bradley Beal are about that life. And if Bradley Beal, his game isn't about that life, John Wall's is. There's a song called John Wall. Like, they made a song about this man. This man's real. And for you to sit here and tell me, oh, yeah, we're going to pay him $50 million a year. And he's coming off the bench. Why would you trade for the kid if you wanted him coming off the bench at $50 million? It don't make sense. It's like, it's fine if John don't want to play off the bench because I can't even be mad at him. But I mean, for the Houston Rockets to even make that trade, I wish Jay McLovin was here. Pride knows I love messing with Jay McLovin and the Rockets, but it just blows my mind, bro, that you could be like, yeah, we're paying this guy $50 million, and if he even thinks about starting, we're gonna just kill him. I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Frankie, you have the same sentiments as Mike?
Bro, I'm enjoying everything John Wall is doing. For Jay McLovin to be a hardcore Houston Rockets fan, and be the number one guy on ASAP to always talk about financial things for teams. His team is the biggest one, giving $50 million to a player to sit on the bench because they don't want to start him.
Bro, who's the point guard of the Houston Rockets? Frankie started.
They don't have a point guard.
Oh,
I don't know. I tell you, who cares?
So wait, Pride, let me ask you this. So do they have a young star that they've drafted in the top 5 of the lottery or the top 10 that plays the point guard position?
On a technicality, yes.
And who's that?
They're trying to force Kevin Porter.
But where's he been playing?
No, Jalen Green. They're trying to force Jalen Green to be that guy.
And even when John Wall wasn't playing the last 3 seasons, where did they have
prior
Jalen?
to that?
Where did they have Jalen? The 2?
He was.
Why? So your reasoning for not having John Wall in the starting rotation is because you want Jalen at the 2 or Jalen at the 1. Now John Wall's not in the starting rotation, and you have Jalen at the 2. Kill yourself. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. That's awful.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is why the Houston Rockets haven't won a championship since the Dallas Cowboys.
Kevin
were
Porter
relevant.
Jr., the kid that they actually, I was right originally. Kevin Porter Jr. is their guard, the kid that they got from Cleveland who couldn't get his shit together. So
still can't get his shit together. He's still Cry about it, Kevin. But nah, it's messed up, bro. It's messed up. And I think John doesn't help his case because obviously he's played 40 games in the last 3 years. But I mean, at the end of the day, bro, $50 million for the bench. I don't know what
I'm bumping, brother. I'm bumping.
Frankie, I don't know.
He's on another level, bro. I've been seeing him.
I'm on a whole nother level.
He's like
bro, I've been bumping. Nah, bro, I went from Orange Cassidy to the FTR, the AEW theme. Yo, that thing's I don't care what. I will fight anyone who disagrees. It's a banger. I will fight anybody. I'm downloading it. It is my phone's ringtone today.
Send it my way. Send it my way.
Bro, you won't like it. You won't like it. You're not cool enough. You're not one of the cool kids.
I'm not cool enough.
No, you're not cool enough.
I'm not cool enough.
Nah. You're not cool. You're a fuckboy.
I'm not cool enough.
Nah, bro, you're not.
But you gotta understand. You gotta understand what AEW stands for, bro.
100%. What does AEW stand for?
Not cool enough to be the WWE.
Whoa.
Hey, yo, if you had a WWE, if you had an AEW fan here, oh my God, bro. Yo, that thing would have taken a wicked left, brother. Whoa. Yo, Frankie, we need to make a TikTok with Mike saying that. And watch.
You can't lie. You can't lie, though. That was probably the best answer I could have gave.
Yo, that was
All
bad.
right. Next AEW video I see, I'm spewing that lineup. I'm spewing that lineup to get him triggered. But look, in terms of John Wall, no, he's not playing. Let's just get that out the way.
No,
Let's just
not
let's
at
just,
all.
let's stop this fake narrative that he'll consider no, because
Should we really quick before you go, Pride?
Go
Should we just buy Jay McLovin a custom John Wall Houston Rockets jersey just for his
No,
birthday?
he don't deserve it. He don't deserve it.
No, but I want him to wear it.
No.
I want him to wear it so
you
when
know
he
we
puts it
gotta
on, we could be
No,
like, look,
you got the
you've
wrong
worn
team.
it.
You got the wrong team.
Get Luka Doncic, right? Get him a Luka Doncic jersey because he's a Mavs fan,
Get him a Chris Middleton jersey.
or get because he's a Bucks fan, and then
Oh,
you know
wait,
what we're gonna do?
wait. Should we get him a Christian Wood jersey? Because then and half of it's the Rockets, half of
Oh
it's
my
Dallas.
god, yo, Mike, your IQ is off the charts,
I think
brother.
we're there today, bro.
100%.
That's
And you know what we
amazing.
should do? Like have his name on the top, and then on the bottom of the numbers put duct tape, and then that's where we put Wall. We write Wall with like some tape there. Look, John Wall's not playing, and I get it. People want him to,
I do.
but here's the problem: A, he doesn't want to. B, well, it's not that he doesn't want to.
He wants to
He
start.
doesn't. He doesn't want to come off the bench,
Right.
which I don't blame him. Why am I going to come off a bench on a rebuilding team? That's stupid.
Making 50 mil.
Exactly. That's dumb. Because if I'm going to play, I want to be in the starting lineup so that way I can at least attempt to. Because I'm old now. I'm old. So if you're having me come off the bench, other teams are going to be like, oh, he's on a minutes restriction. Ooh, we don't want him. Now all of a sudden you look rough.
Right.
And again, after this, John Wall's not getting a bigger contract. He's not.
I think he'll get a contract, just not.
Yeah, no, he'll get a veteran minimum. Look, if Melo could be out for a while and then injuries happen, which is why Portland gave him the opportunity.
Shit, not even Melo, bro. If Lance Stevenson can come back the way he did, let's have that conversation. He came back and he was hooping for real.
So
why not?
I do believe the opportunity will arise.
Yeah.
I really do. Now, my only concern when it comes to it is how long until they trade him.
They don't.
Because you have to.
You
This
can't.
year,
With
you
what?
have to.
With what?
Honestly, I would settle for a pick. Like the last pick type of thing. I'll settle for that.
That's the problem about this year, though, bro, is it's not 40 mil. It's 47.5, bro.
I know.
Like, it's the way the NBA works with contracts, you have to match it. And there's nobody else. I mean, Steph Curry. Okay. Yeah, that's in the realm of possibilities. Russell Westbrook, you already said no to that. And the Buss family, they took that as a slap in the face. They offered Russ and a pick, and the Rockets said no. They're not going to come back at him again with something. They're not. So you have to look at it like that and understand there's really one team I could see doing it, and it's Orlando. And that's only because nobody else has players on Orlando. There's no contracts. It's all young dudes. Depending on what they give Mo Bamba, I mean, I imagine he's not going to get the fattest contract in the world, but there's nothing they can really do to do this. They just have to eat it. But which is why I would start him. You might as well get something out of it. Kevin Porter Jr. is not doing nothing for you, and I think he's a free agent too.
He might be. I mean, for me, look, this is just me, bro. I just they should have traded him last year, and
they should have accepted it. Russ should have went back to Houston. That's what it should have been.
It should have. It really should have.
Yeah, it really should have.
But that's the same problem. Does Russ come off the bench, Pride? Is he willing to come off the bench?
No.
It's the same conversation for less money.
Exactly. And that's why I'm saying, like, that's where it kind of gets tough. And the only look and think about it, like the wild part about it is like the only guy you can really trade for him is Russ.
Right.
But again, you're trading basically for the same problem. Because Russ is not going to come off the bench.
Right.
Think about it. Every single time the Lakers are about to win, they bench Russ. And Russ is butthurt and triggered about it.
100%.
And that's with him starting. Imagine him coming off the bench.
Right. And speaking of it like this, that's with him with LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and some pretty respectable guys. Now you're going to put him on there with nobodies. I like Jalen Green. He's not great, but I like him. You know, you're gonna tell me that I'm not starting over Jalen Green and Kevin Porter Jr. That's the ultimate
Mike.
disrespect.
Mike, you're too nice to my team. Thank you so much for calling.
No.
me
Your
respectable
team's
players.
dog shit, but I like LeBron.
I don't
James.
care. No, you called everybody else respectable players. Shut up.
No. The two
No,
players.
you can't take it
See,
back. You can't take it back.
I'm glad I didn't get caught in that.
I didn't either.
You did. You see what he's trying to do, right, Brian?
I said two players were respectable, and
No, you
honestly, one
You
of them
said
is
some
losing
respectable
it.
players.
One of them is losing it, and it's not LeBron. So I mean, it's that conversation of just, why would you want to go to Houston? No one wants to go to Houston, and you're gonna have to eat $50 million just because you made a bad decision, and that's what it's really gonna come down to. And that's probably, this is the worst contract ever in the history of sports. I feel like is John Wall. You traded him for 4 seasons. He played 40 games, all in one season, and then the other 3 he just didn't play because you didn't want to play him.
Yo, respect to John Wall. Respect. RESPCT. Respect John Wall.
Hey, Frankie.
After this,
Respect
retire,
him.
bro.
Respect John Wall and put the GOAT on Patrick Beverley's name for calling Chris Paul a traffic cone. He's just a GOAT for saying that. He's so amazing.
And you know what the ironic part is? He calls him a quote traffic cone. Meanwhile, how many players get their career high on Patrick Beverley? So what are we talking about?
That's true.
So for him to call him a traffic cone, then what are you, bro? Like, what are you? Like,
Just a pothole. Just a pothole.
Nah, bro.
Yeah,
you want to know what he is? Do you really want to know what Patrick Beverley is? Patrick Beverley is the most useless thing possible.
You know what I would say? He's a speed radar, but without the camera flash. Like, he's just like, damn, that guy's going pretty fast. And he's not going to do nothing about it.
You know what Patrick Beverley is? You know what Patrick Beverley? He's the old lady that sits outside with the speed radar, screaming at people to slow down. Like, damn, bro, you're going fast. Slow down, but then nothing happens.
Exactly. I mean,
They run the stop sign. They just take a wicked left and boom, gone. That's Patrick Beverley.
Gone forever. Gone forever. Oh man, bro, it's awful, bro. It's awful. It really is awful.
He is awful. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been ASAP in the morning. We appreciate you
What a
guys
loser.
chilling with us.
Yo, look at this loser walking. Such a loser. You're a loser.
Yo, he ran away from that window so quick.
He turned around.
What is this, bro? Fine, wrap this up, bro.
On behalf of Mike and Frankie, thank you to everyone who came in. Gonzo, Fredward was here. Who else was here?
Everybody. Joe made an appearance.
Thanks to Freddie.
Yeah.
Thanks to Comment. Thanks to Gonzo. Thanks to Joe. Jesus Christ.
Appreciate everyone being here. Really do. Appreciate the people watching. Fuck
I'm
Frankie.
afraid to speak.
Look at him. 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 Chatting. Look at him. No one sees you. You're a loser.
Hey, Brian, did you like what I did earlier when he was flipping us? I said, yeah, I'm bringing him back in. Yeah, now he looks like a jerk.
Yeah, look at him. Look at him.
Hi, guys.
Take off that hat. Take off the hat. Take off the hat.
By the way, Frankie,
Take off
if you
the
get
hat.
on,
Take off
if you
the
get
hat.
on, let me know.
Oh, I got you, bro.
Yeah, because I'm down to play some Cold War if you're down. But on behalf of all the gentlemen here, it's been ASAP in the morning. We'll be back here tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central. Until then, y'all know what to do. Be safe.
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, then I'm in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. Sport all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so time for laces. Whole sports all plays.